Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the live session of IPER's Alumni Connect e-lecture series, session number 6. At the outset, for the people who have joined us for the first time, let me brief you about the vision behind this unique session. IPER since 1996 has always been known for its excellent academics and equally excellent career building placements, and the proof of the same are the strong pillars of IPER known as the alumni. It is rightly said that any institution is known by its alumni only. In order to continue our efforts in continuing the learning and growth orientation, IPER has organized a series of Alumni Connect e-lectures exclusively for the IPERians. It would be a treat for the students to hear straight from none other than their own alumni. Today, on IPER's Alumni Connect e-lecture series, we are proud to have alumni from the very first batch of IPER PGDM, class of 2009, Mr. Mohit Malviya, here with us today. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce and welcome him on the e-platform. Dear all, we have with us all the way from Mumbai, Maharashtra, Mr. Mohit Malviya, Assistant Vice President, Treasury, Home Credit India Finance Private Limited, Mumbai. Dear all, Mr. Mohit Malviya is from the first batch of IPER PGDM class of 2009 and has completed his PGDM program in marketing specialization from IPER. Prior to this, he has completed his higher secondary studies from Army Public School, Bhopal. Throughout his academic years, Mr. Mohit has always been an active and participative individual, and that has been showcased in the accolades that he has received. In his schooling, on multiple occasions, he has received first position in extempo, and he has also been very keen in sports as well, and hence was awarded multiple times as upcoming player of the tournament in football, best striker of the tournament in football, and was a sports captain in the school as well. In his PGDM tenure at IPER, Mr. Mohit actively participated in various committees and has expanded his learning horizons. He was an active member of Placement Committee, Marketing Club, management team of IPER's National Management Convention, Visage, and many, many more. Mr. Mohit started his career with one of the biggest names of corporate world, Darashaw, which is among the oldest continuously managed broking and investment banking house of India. Mr. Mohit was associated with Darashaw at Mumbai location for 8.5 years, where he joined as management trainee and with focused approach and learning attitude, scaled the corporate ladder and was the senior associate vice president when he left the organization for his next assignment. Mr. Mohit, in his recent capacity, is associated with Home Credit India Private Limited, Mumbai region as assistant vice president for the last 10 months, where his skills are instrumental in fundraising for the company via different debt instruments. Performing treasury function and tapping new investor base for alternate funding are some of the key roles that Mr. Mohit is executing successfully. Mr. Mohit is an expert of financial market where his expertise is in treasury fundraising and he is a fixed income market professional. Over the years, he has worked with institutional clients like banks, mutual funds, insurance companies, pension funds, brokers, primary dealers, private wealth, charitable trusts, and family offices. Mr. Mohit was a part of India's first Basel III Tier 1 bank bond issue and have successfully tapped charitable trust and corporate treasuries for fixed income investments. He has also made a connect to private wealth, family offices, and SEBI investment advisors for bond transaction. A learner and an expert is here to share his experience with all of us, and we cannot thank enough to him for taking out time and interacting with the young IPERians. To have you back with us, it's a great sense of pride, Mr. Mohit. On behalf of IPER, I would like to welcome you back to your alma mater. We are thrilled to have you here with us. Before we start the session, general instructions for everyone. Please keep your mic and video turned off for a better experience of the overall session. You can post your queries in the chat box, and whenever you feel to have a conversation or whenever our guest asks you to have a conversation, quickly unmute yourself and then give the answer. Mr. Mohit, the session is all yours. Please.
Thank you so much, Rahul, for a brief introduction. Thank you very much. I'm very happy that for the first time I am speaking with you after 9 years, and I'm very thankful to all my professors, starting from Dr. Amarjeet sir and Mahesh Soni sir, Harsh sir, and everyone else who has taught me, who has teach me in IPER when I was there from 2009 to 2011 as part of first batch in PGDM. So for me, it's a very nostalgic moment, as well as I'm very excited, and I'm very happy also that I'm speaking to you guys for the first time. And it's always great to speak to fellow Hyperions. So you are not just you can say my college people, my friends. You are my fellow Hyperions, and you're just like family to me. So I'm very happy, and without wasting much of the time, I think we should start. So what I would like to do, I'm not here to ask questions. I'm not here to ask a lot of questions from you, or I expect answers or right answers. I just want to do a simple communication with you, that whatever we are saying, whatever we are speaking, let's communicate. So it would be better for me as well as for you to understand things properly. So for today's session, my topic and my subject would be very common and simple, I would say, which is financial markets and personal finance. So let me tell you one thing about myself, that when I was there in IPER from 2009 to 2011, I was a student of marketing. And till date, I love marketing very much. But the thing is, I'm earning my bread and butter from finance. So all in all, you can say I'm a marketing guy, but right now I'm more of a finance guy, because my everything is now related to finance. So it's not like when you read and write, when you like marketing, you cannot work in finance, or when you read and write finance, or your specialization in is finance, you cannot work in marketing. So it's if you want to work, you can any which ways you want. So if you love numbers, you are there. You are able to definitely do good in finance. So let's just start, I think. I have not made any PPT for you guys. I'm sorry, because I thought it would be better that we'll just touch base upon the basic things of the financial market. Then we'll slowly move to personal finance. So let me take you through financial markets, which is a macro level thing. And then we will move to the micro, which is personal finance. So these may be very common things which I would be telling you, very general thing. Ho sakta hai, you would say ki these are things which you see or hear in your daily life and newspapers and articles. You would be talking to your friends, or you would be Googling it about, you would be sharing it on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. So this is very basic session, and I would like to keep it this way. And I want a two-way communication. It's not like I am just saying something, I'm just speaking. Whatever questions you have, you can have it in the session. Don't wait for the session to end. Just in the chat box only, you put your question and I'll answer it, as well as I'll also ask anything from anyone. So it's not like that if you're not able to answer, then it's a bad thing. So let me be very clear with you. Okay. Yeah, so let's start. What is financial market? Can anyone tell me? Anyone? I don't want to pick names here, or I don't want to say that you tell me. Anyone can say anything, whatever you know about financial market. What is financial market? The basic.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, financial market is the place where there is a trade of the security like stock, bond, shares, where the customer purchase the company shares and pay some of the finance to the company and buy their particular shares.
Okay, great, superb, nice. So yeah, Harshita also said something, I think, in the chat box. So yeah, that's fine. Tejeshwari also said something, that it is a place where financial instruments are bought and sold. And Harshita said that it is a platform where savers save their money and borrow the money in form of securities. Yeah, pretty nice. Good. Yeah, so it's a very simple phenomena. You can say a financial market is a market in which people trade financial securities, and you can say stocks, bonds, derivatives at low transaction cost. Some of the securities, you can say it includes stocks and bonds and currencies. You can also buy precious metals. So there's a lot of things which is involved in the financial market where you can buy and sell. Now, can you see the financial market? Can you feel it? Whenever someone says ki, yeah, there is a market, financial market is there, can you see it? Can you feel it? Have you seen the financial market? It is a virtual place. Yeah, one can say it is a virtual place. Couple of other people also can say it's a virtual place, but some of them can say, yeah, I have seen Bombay Stock Exchange, so I have seen the marketplace, I have seen the stock exchange. So it's maybe there would be a differentiation in talking, that they will say, yeah, it's a virtual place, but I have also seen the market. So in my case, I can also say that, yeah, I have seen Bombay Stock Exchange, so it's a market, it's a stock market. So any which ways, just a normal thing to say. You can say that I have seen the New York Stock Exchange, or you can say I have seen the Bombay Stock Exchange. So your financial market consists of various things. Now I would like to focus here. One is the capital market. Your capital market consists of stock market and bond market. In stock market, you buy the equity, the securities, the shares, which a couple of people have told me in the chat. And I think Karnika has also told me that you can buy the shares, buy the securities of any company, and you can trade in primary or secondary. One is the bond market, which is also comes under capital markets only. In bond market, what you will do? Anyone? Aman, Nitin, Varsha, anyone? What is bond market? Any idea? क्या होता है bond market में? It includes debt. Yeah, correct. It includes debt. So basically, in buy and sell debt securities, exchange of government bonds. Very good. Correct. Yeah. So in bond market is also consist of two things. One is the corporate bond and one is the government security. Someone has put in the chat box that it also consists of government bond. Nilesh Dhyani. He has said that it is the exchange of government bonds and treasury bills. Derivatives market. Okay, correct. So in the bond market, it is majorly consist of two things. One is the corporate bond and other is your government security. Correct. So in that, what you do, if there is a company called, let's say, let's take a name of the company. Let's say there is a company called MRF. If MRF wants to borrow money, they can either borrow money through loan going to State Bank of India, or they can borrow money through bond market. So why will they tap the bond market? They will only tap the bond market when they feel there is a price differentiation. Agar wo State Bank of India ke paas jaate hain and State Bank of India will say that, boss, I will be able to give you loan at 9.5. And MRF will think, no, 9.5 is very costly for me, and I'm not able to take the loan at 9.5. So what MRF will do, MRF will do the internal rating, hire CRISIL or CARE, which are the rating agencies who gives the ratings. They will analyze the company, they will analyze the balance sheet, the financials, all the other aspects, profitability, and all of the other ratios of MRF. Then they will come to the rating. Let's say CRISIL said, okay, according you have a good balance sheet, you have good profitability, I will give you the rating of AAA. So when the MRF will get the rating of AAA, then there will be the upper hand. So when MRF will get the rating of AAA, the company can easily access the bond market and get the funds at a cheaper rate. Got it? At cheaper rate means at this point of time, during the current market scenario, what I am seeing and hearing in the market, a company like MRF can borrow funds at even 6%. Very cheap, pretty cheap for a company like MRF, because it's a good company, plus they have good ratings. So they can borrow money at 6%, while even if they will go to State Bank of India, they will give them money at, let's say, I think 7.5%. So there's a trade-off of 1.5%, which they can save. So this is one example of the bond market which I'm giving you, where companies can tap the bond market and get money for the running of the business. And other way is the term loan or working capital limits, which you can get it from the bank. So I think it's pretty basic, and I'm clear about it. I don't think there is any questions or there is any confusion in it. If you have, please let me know in the chat box. So till now we are clear, right? Other thing is now government security market. So in government security market, what happens? Why there is a need of government security market? Matlab, government collect taxes, we give them taxes. Matlab, why there is a need of government security? Any answers in the chat box? जरूरत क्या है गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटीज? टू रेज फंड्स. हाँ, तो रेज फंड्स करके क्या करना है? व्हाट द गवर्नमेंट विल डू, मतलब फॉर पब्लिक एक्सपेंडिचर. करेक्ट. Yeah, so one way is to they are getting taxes, government is getting taxes. One way, yeah, infra development is there, projects is there for funding major projects, correct, and the public expenditure. So everything cannot be built in just on the basis of taxes. I cannot keep a larger budget or expand my horizons more or do a lot of expenditure just on the basis of taxes. So what I have to do, I have to borrow money. From where I'll borrow money? I'll borrow money from the bonds, and that is government securities. So the government of India goes to the market and inform Reserve Bank of India and tell Reserve Bank of India to do it on their behalf. So Reserve Bank of India does it on the behalf of government of India. In the market, they raise money. So for 2020-21, do you guys have any idea how much government of India is going to borrow from the government security market? Any vague figure? Chalo, let's. I'll give you one figure. It is in some lakh crore. Kitna hoga? Any vague figure, yeah. It's not wrong or right answer. You can say anything. I have just given you a hint key. It would be 11 lakh crore, 76 lakh crore, 36 lakh crore. Okay, good. So it is around 5.36 lakh crore for 2020-2021. And last year it was 4.99 lakh crore. So this was the amount of government securities which government of India has issued last year, around 4.99 lakh crore. And this year, when Madam Finance Minister came and she told in front of TV during the budget that it would be somewhere close to 5.36 lakh crore, which India will be raising in the form of government bonds issued to various counterparties. And the same will be used for the expenditure. So when government of India raises money, who buys the bonds? They got the money, but who is subscribing to it? Or who are the investors? Any idea who are the investors? Who will give them money? Can you give them money? Can you buy the bonds of government of India? Chalo, first question. Companies, okay. Banks, correct. Companies are there, banks are there, very right. Then retail investors. Then organizations, financial institutions, individuals, correct. So banks are there, your corporates are there, then your mutual funds are there, then your insurance companies are there, then your pension funds are there. Even you can also give money to government of India, because the face value of government of India is 10,000 rupees only. If you want, you can subscribe to the bond of government of India and be happy. But you will not get much return, because it is, I think, currently trading at 5%. But ठीक है, SBI से तो better rate होगा. I don't know what is the rate of FD of SBI right now, but ठीक है. So that is right. You can, yeah, not much return, but safety is 100%. Nitin. Safety is there. 3.5% for savings. Arneet is saying for SBI. So 5% अच्छा है ना? हाँ ले ले यार तू. So okay. So the thing is, you can also give money to Government of India, and you can give them money in the form of retail investors. You can subscribe to rupees 10,000 face value thing, but I think not many of the brokers offer you this facility to subscribe to the Government of India bonds, but you can do that very well. And couple of brokers have some threshold, some limit कि नहीं 1 लाख मतलब मिनिमम आपको 1 लाख करना पड़ेगा या मिनिमम आपको 5 लाख करना पड़ेगा तभी आपको गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का बॉन्ड मिलेगा. So it is, so the bond market, what I want to say, what I have seen in the last 8.5 years in Mumbai when I was with the investment banking company, I was just searching one article on the internet, and I came to know that the valuation of National Stock Exchange where Nifty 50 is listed is $2.7 billion, while as compared to that, our bond market is very, very small. So what I feel, it is at a very nascent stage today, and for the bond market, there is a lot of potential to grow and to be very big in the coming years. When you see US, when you see, let's say, Europe, when you see Hong Kong, when you see Singapore, there the bond market is pretty big, very big. So I'm not just saying the government bond market, but the corporate bond market also. So here in India, your government bond market is big, but corporate bond market is small, and there is a lot of potential. And that is the reason the rating companies like CRISIL, CARE, ICRA, Brickworks, and India Ratings are minting huge amount of money. They are doing good ratings of the company, and many companies are now tapping the bond market to raise funds, because the traditional way of raising funds, which was through loans and term loans and other things, is, I'm not saying fading away, it will remain forever, but bond market is the new ballgame. So let's go ahead. So there is one more market which is a I think money market. You guys would be aware about money market. Any answers about the money market? What is money market and which securities are there? Because it is also falls under capital market only, under financial markets. Any idea what happens in money market? What are the securities which gets traded there? Any idea? Any guesses?
So treasury bills, commercial papers.
Okay, Vani. Treasury bills are there, commercial papers are there. Nice. And anything else?
So basically, short-term instruments are traded in the money market.
Great, super. Yeah, so short-term instruments are there. Short-term instruments you can trade in money market. What Vani has said is treasury bills, commercial papers, and you can also say certificate of deposits, which are also there. Yeah, Mini has written certificate of deposit already. Then mortgage, I'm not sure mortgage is there or not. I'm not sure. Certificate of deposit is there, commercial paper is there, bills of exchange is there, and treasury bills is there. So what you can say, money market is a market in a very layman term. What I can say, money market is just like money. It's very liquid, first of all, very liquid. So the tenure will be very short. It may be from 1 day to maximum 1 year. So it is just like money. The way you trade money, which is very liquid, and that is the reason you trade in the money market. So it is just like money only. So where the liquidity will be more, the acceptance will be more, and there will be a lot of acceptability amongst the institutions. So just for your clarification, commercial paper can only be issued by companies and financial institutions apart from banks. And certificate of deposits can only be issued by banks. Only banks can issue certificate of deposit. Treasury bills, no one can issue except Government of India through Reserve Bank of India. Then there is a derivatives market and futures market. You guys have decent knowledge, because I know that you would already be knowing about the commodity and futures market. So let's move on. Any idea what is What market? So futures and derivatives, I think you already know what is futures. What happens in futures? Let's say if I talk about equity or the stock market, what happens in future?
So we can purchase a share in for a future date in predetermined price.
Correct. So you can buy any share of any company, but it has to be listed in a way that it is allowed for future. So you can buy that futures and you can trade in that at a predetermined date. Correct. Very correct. So that is one of the examples. And what happens in derivatives?
So derivative instruments derive their value from some underlying asset like gold.
Correct. So that underlying asset can be a metal. The underlying asset can be a stock, or the underlying asset can be a fixed income security also. So if you want, you can trade in any derivatives you want. So why there is a need of financial market? Why financial market is needed at all?
So free flow of money to get the high returns.
Okay. Free flow of money is there to get the returns. It is there. Channelize the funds in productive use. Okay, that is again one of the answers. Correct. Anything else? Economic growth. Yes, this is a good point. Very much necessary for economic growth. Anything else? Liquidity. Yeah, of course, for liquidity in the market and liquidity of business. Liquidity of business. Yes, one can say that. So the price, Gaurav, so that the price will be corrected is not the right thing. You are pretty much there. I would like to say that the price discovery. If I don't know the price of one thing, if there will be 10, 15 buyers, I will be able to discover the price. Wealth creation, production of goods to expand the business, to expand already ongoing business for financial planning and security. Correct. Fine. So according to me, all the answers which you gave is right, pretty right. So for me, one more thing would be the low cost transaction. Let's say when in earlier days when there was physical trade of securities, when DMAT was not there, and जब किसी को मेरे हो सकता है कुछ लोगों ने कभी लिए हों रिलायंस के शेयर लिए हों जो कि फिजिकल फॉर्म में लिए हों, जो कि उन्होंने, क्योंकि उस समय डीमैट तो था नहीं, तो उन्होंने फिजिकल फॉर्म में लिया हो, और आज जो हम डिलीवरी ट्रेड लेते हैं वो कुछ कंपनीज लाइक इफ यू कैन ज़ेरोधा, तो ज़ेरोधा डिलीवरी ट्रेड पे हमें एक पैसा भी चार्ज नहीं करता है, तो दे जस्ट गिव डिलीवरी टू अस एट जीरो. सो एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम जब हम कोई रिलायंस का शेयर खरीदता होगा वो भी फिजिकल फॉर्म में, तो उसको अच्छा खासा पैसा देना पड़ता होगा, आई होप सो. But at this point of time, there is a low cost of transaction because of digitalization, because of, you can say, a lot of liquidity in the market. There is a lot of awareness in the market, and now the transaction costs have gone down significantly. Another thing which you guys have already mentioned gives liquidity. So earlier there were 50 buyers and 50 sellers. Now there are, you can say, 500,000 buyers and 500,000 sellers. So there's an ample liquidity in the market. Then Gaurav, I think, has mentioned about price correction or correct price, I think. So there's again price discovery, I would say, is a better proposition, because earlier I didn't knew what is the exact price of Reliance. Let's say now you can go on Money Control and बहुत आसानी से आप में से कोई भी चेक कर सकता है कि Reliance का भाव क्या चल रहा है. लेकिन उस समय सर बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में लोगों को पता होता था कि क्या भाव चल रहा है रिलायंस का. और मैंने एक मेरे रिलेटिव थे, उन्होंने मुझे बताया था बहुत पहले कि वो पेपर पढ़ते थे और पेपर में सारे स्टॉक्स का प्राइस आता था. तो वो सारे स्टॉक्स का प्राइस देखते थे, मेरे ख्याल से वो पता नहीं कब आता था, वीकली आता था कि डेली आता था कि क्या रहता था उसमें, 15 दिन में एक बार आता था। तो वो सारा प्राइस देखते थे अखबार में बैठ के, और फिर वो रिलायंस का भाव निकालते थे कि अरे हाँ आज 15 तारीख को रिलायंस का भाव ये है और अगली 30 तारीख को भाव ये था, और अब ये, मतलब वॉट एवर, जैसे जैसे पेपर आता था वैसे वैसे वो भाव देखते थे। सो नाउ वी हैव केम फॉरवर्ड, वी हैव टेकन अ बिग लीप, and now our market is very big and we are doing great. Specifically in terms of equity, I would say the equity market is very big in India as of now. Then one can say that, which you have already mentioned, to speed up the economic growth, to promote, you can say, savings and investments, and it is the place where borrowers and lenders meet. Inderpreet is saying that financial inclusion for government, raising capital for company, return on investment for shareholders. Yeah, perfect. So it is also a place where borrowers and lenders meet. Let's say one of you has opened a company and you want to raise money, you have taken the ratings, SBI or Union Bank of India is giving you loan at 10%, but someone has told you, look, your balance sheet is strong, you are profitable for the last 3-4 years, why don't you go out and take the ratings? You have contacted a couple of companies in Mumbai, they have given you the ratings, and now you're all set to do the bond issue. So when you do the bond issue, you can not just save the cost, but you can also actually go to the investors who are there in the financial market. You can have a contact with the mutual funds directly, you can have the contact with the pension funds directly, you can go to the wealth clients directly, you can go to the banks directly. So not to the treasury division, but not to the credit division, but to the treasury division. So जो भी बॉन्ड का इन्वेस्टमेंट होता है वो ट्रेजरी से होता है, और जो भी लोन का ट्रांजैक्शन होता है वो क्रेडिट से होता है. I think you guys would have already, you guys are aware about the bank functions, कि बैंक में ऐसे functions तो बहुत होते हैं, but on the जब लोन देना होता है तो वो क्रेडिट से होता है, और जब इन्वेस्टमेंट करना होता है तो वो ट्रेजरी से होता है. तो जहाँ पे भी बॉन्ड्स इन्वेस्टमेंट होता है, या फॉरेक्स में वो लोग इन्वेस्टमेंट करते हैं, या इक्विटी इन्वेस्टमेंट करते हैं, दैट इज ऑल पार्ट ऑफ ट्रेजरी. And in my last, I don't have much experience, but whatever experience I have gained in the last eight and a half years, I have seen there are many PSU banks, like I would name also, आप लोगों को अगर जानना है तो पंजाब नेशनल बैंक है, हमारा यूनियन बैंक है. इनके ट्रेजरी ने काफी मुनाफा दिया है बैंक को एज कम्पेयर टू क्रेडिट कभी कभी. तो ट्रेजरी ने इतना पैसा बना के दिया है. ट्रेजरी ने क्या किया, ट्रेजरी ने 9% पे 8% पे गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के बॉन्ड खरीद लिए. किसी ने 5,000 करोड़ खरीद लिया, किसी ने 6,000 करोड़ खरीद लिया, और जैसे ही मूवमेंट आया नीचे की तरफ 8%, 7.5% उसे बेच दिया. तो दे हैव मिंटेड अ लॉट ऑफ मनी, एंड कपल ऑफ दीज बैंक्स हैव एक्चुअली गिवन अ टफ कंपटीशन टू क्रेडिट. और ट्रेजरी ने काफी प्रॉफिट दिया है बैंक्स को, और उनकी प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी में काफी हेल्प करी है. सो if you are good in treasury, you know your stuff, you are good, I would say that it's you can make a lot of money there. So being an institution, obviously, being a bank or a pension fund or a mutual fund, whatever it is. So by accessing to the bond market, I mean you can directly reach out to these investors. पहले मेरे पास सिर्फ एक ही एवेन्यू होता था कि मैं बैंक के पास जाऊं, बैंक के पास एप्लीकेशन डालूं, फिर वो मेरा असेसमेंट करेगा, फिर वो क्रेडिट असेस करेगा, फिर वो अपनी कमेटी में डालेगा, फिर ईडी इन्वेस्टमेंट्स देखेगा, ईडी इन्वेस्टमेंट्स देखने के बाद फिर वो एमडी के पास जाएगा. अगर कैनरा बैंक है उसमें, तो कैनरा बैंक का हेड ऑफिस बेंगलुरु में है, मैं मुंबई में अप्लाई करूंगा, लेकिन वो जाएगा बेंगलुरु. तो द प्रोसेस वॉज वेरी वेरी लॉन्ग. बट नाउ, ड्यू टू financial markets and the kind of markets which we are right now, the kind of liquidity we have, the kind of digitalization we have, and open markets are there, you can just take the rating, you can do couple of meetings, not just with banks but with mutual funds. If they like your credit, they will write you the check. It is as simple as that at this point of time. For good companies, I'm not saying that mutual funds are not underwriting lower credits. They are also underwriting lower credits, but there is a lot of scope. Yeah, so we have in general discussed about how the bond market works, how the equity market works, what was the avenues which were earlier available to us, and how things are going forward. And I think the bond market will remain one of the vibrant market in coming years for Indian economy, and we will do very good in the future. So if you have any questions regarding financial markets, regarding bonds, regarding investment banking or treasury, or anything in general which you don't know, so just shoot the question in the chat box, because I know, being from IPER, one has to be good in finance. It is simple.
Yes, students, you can ask your questions. You can either unmute yourself, quickly ask, or you can post that thing at the chat box.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Ankur, please.
Yeah, Rishabh.
Sir, you said that debt market has a lot of potential, but
Yeah.
at the same time, you said that they're offering 5% rate of return. So
Correct.
why should why should one invest in the debt market then, when they have other options where they can get a lot of higher rate of return?
Okay, so Rishabh, I was not able to explain myself very clear, so I'll just tell you right now. So what happens, let's say you are getting a fixed deposit rate of 3.5% or 4%, let's say in State Bank of India as of now. Okay, so what happens, let's say if I have 1 lakh rupee, I may or may not want to invest at 3.5 or 4%. I would say let's go to the bond of Government of India, which will give me 5% at this point of time, current levels. But let's say थोड़ा risky बंदा होगा, वो बोलेगा कि चलो I don't want to get into equity, but debt में ही मैं थोड़ा सा और risk लेता हूँ. मैं सोचता हूँ कि थोड़ा और मैं पैसा लगा दूं, थोड़ा सा risky asset ले लूंगा, तो वो एक AAA rated कंपनी के पास जाएगा. लेट्स से AAA rated कंपनी में बोलता हूँ आपके लिए रिलायंस इंडस्ट्रीज है, ठीक है. रिलायंस इंडस्ट्रीज की रेटिंग AAA डेट में, ठीक है. तो अब वो रिलायंस इंडस्ट्रीज के पास जाएगा. तो रिलायंस इंडस्ट्रीज का बॉन्ड अगर मैं आज खरीदूंगा इन द करंट मार्केट, इट इज गिविंग मी 6%. बट अब आपने सोचा कि नहीं, मुझे डेट में ही रहना है लेकिन थोड़ा और रिस्क लेना है, तो फिर आप एक AA या AA- रेटेड कंपनी के पास जाओगे जो आपको बॉन्ड 9-10% पे दे देगा. तो इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन योर एपेटाइट, ऋषभ. सो one debt is giving you 4%, one debt instrument is giving you 5%, one debt instrument is giving you 9%. And I know, being in the market, कि ऐसे डेट इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स और हैं मार्केट में जिनकी रेटिंग BBB+ है या A- है, जो कि 14-15% भी दे रहे हैं. सो इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन यू. नाउ वन में से कि बॉस की मुझे डेट में करना ही नहीं है, 14-15% A- रेटेड कंपनी में डालने से अच्छा मैं शेयर मार्केट में चला जाऊंगा. सो that is a call one has to take. But the debt market currently is ranging from 4% to 15% or even 20%. If you want to actually go and hunt for the good yield. If you don't want yield, you want to play safe, you can be happy and satisfied at 9%. I think that answers your question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ankur, Ankita was typing something. I don't know. Ankur and Ankita, you typed something, but I don't know. It's not visible. Harneet has typed something.
Good, sir. My name is Ankita. Sir, my question is, we all know that we are facing this economic downturn at this point of time. So what do you think, what are the good investments we can make at this point? Means
Sorry,
we are already...
Sorry, Ankita. I'm sorry. Can you please repeat the question?
Yeah, sure. So as we already know, due to this COVID-19, we are going through an economic downturn. So
Correct.
What are the good investments we can make at this point of time?
Okay, so whether you now my question to you again is, you are an equity investor or bond investor?
I'm a new investor, sir. I don't know much about that. I'm just a common people. You can take me as an example of a common people, like those which are trying.
आप अरविंद केजरीवाल हैं.
Yeah, sir.
ठीक है. So sorry. So I think because if you are new to the market, my suggestion to you is take a baby step and start with debt and not jump into equity. And if you want to jump into equity, go with Nifty 50. Nifty 50 is the best 50 market stock which are listed on NSE, who, let's say, हमारे भारत की 50 बेस्ट कंपनियां हैं, वहां पे आप इन्वेस्टमेंट कर सकते हो. बट माय सजेशन इज कि अभी आप डेट में जाओ, अभी आप इक्विटी मत करो. अगर आपको करना है तो इन्वेस्टमेंट, लेट्स start with AAA rated companies. I will not suggest Government of India bonds because they are pretty low at yield as of now. And ऋषभ ने बोला ही कि मैं क्यों करूं 5% पे इन्वेस्टमेंट, मुझे नहीं करना है. तो my suggestion to you is go for a good company which will at least give you 8 to 9%, which is a AAA rated company, a AA plus rated company, and then you can slowly take your appetite to another level, AAA से AA plus, AA plus से AA से AA minus, और उसके बाद आप नीचे जाके अपना एपेटाइट बढ़ा के आप इन्वेस्टमेंट कर सकते हो. अनदर गुड पॉइंट इज कि आप म्यूचुअल फंड में जब भी जाओगे ना, आप किसी भी ऑनलाइन ज़ीरोधा पे जाओ या फंड्स इंडिया पे जाओ या डायरेक्ट म्यूचुअल फंड की वेबसाइट पे जाओ, आप उनके डेट फंड्स देख सकते हो, उनका परफॉर्मेंस देख सकते हो, उनके फंड मैनेजर्स देख सकते हो, उनका ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड देख सकते हो और उनका रिटर्न भी देख सकते हो, आप इन्होंने 5 साल में क्या रिटर्न दिया है. तो आप अकॉर्डिंगली उससे इन्वेस्ट करो, उससे स्टार्ट करो. माय सजेशन इज यू स्टार्ट विद डेट, बिकॉज फॉर मी इट्स अ गुड थिंग. और डेट में होना ही चाहिए. मतलब आपके पोर्टफोलियो अगर 100 रुपए का है तो मेरे हिसाब से कम उसमें यार 30 से 40 रुपया डेट का ही होना चाहिए, सिर्फ 60 इक्विटी होना चाहिए. आई एम नॉट सेइंग बिकॉज आई वर्क इन डेट मार्केट, बिकॉज आई हैव सीन थिंग्स, बिकॉज 2008 में जब फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस हो गया था और लोगों के बहुत पैसे डूबे हैं.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
So,
yeah, Ankur.
Good morning, sir. So, gold always attract Indian as well as investors. So, as per the current scenario, we can see the drastic hike in the price of gold. So, my question is, as a common people, is it a good time to invest in gold?
What do you think? मैं पहले आपका व्यू जानना चाहता हूँ, फिर अपना, बिकॉज हम कम्युनिकेट कर रहे हैं, तो मैं आपका व्यू पहले जानना चाहता हूँ कि आप क्या सोचते हो.
सर, एज ए कॉमन पीपल हार्डली सर हम इन्वेस्ट करते हैं किसी भी पर्टिकुलर चीज पे. सो अभी के अगर हम प्राइस के अकॉर्डिंग अगर हम ये एक एक्सपेक्टेशन रखें कि विद इन ए मंथ और विद इन ए 2 मंथ प्राइस इंक्रीज होगा, लाइक अगर दिवाली तक की हम अगर एक्सपेक्टेशन रखते हैं, क्योंकि कोई भी फेस्टिवल में इंडियन ज़्यादा परचेज करते हैं, तो आई थिंक तब तक बेस्ट है, और उसके बाद में सर फिर डाउनफॉल हम देख सकते हैं इसमें.
ठीक है, योर व्यू. देखो, हर आदमी का अपना व्यू होता है और मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि everyone is entitled to his view. Maybe he is right or maybe he is wrong, I don't know, because I have seen many people and many fund managers in Mumbai in the debt market कि एक बंदे का व्यू अच्छा था, एक बंदे का व्यू अच्छा नहीं था, लेकिन बाद में जो हुआ on the basis of that they were एक बंदा ठीक निकला, एक बंदा ठीक नहीं निकला. तो आपका व्यू ये है, मेरा व्यू ये है कि अंकुर, कि एज ऑफ नाउ गोल्ड हमें नहीं खरीदना चाहिए, बिकॉज हम बीइंग इंडियंस, हम लोग गोल्ड में इन्वेस्ट नहीं करते हैं. हम लोग गोल्ड एज ए ज्वेलरी लेते हैं टू द लार्जर एक्सटेंट. हमें रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया काफी पुश भी कर रहा है, गोल्ड बॉन्ड्स खरीद लो, लेकिन कोई नहीं खरीद रहा है. कुछ खास एपेटाइट आई नहीं है उसमें भी. ठीक है, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ डेटा मैं बता रहा हूँ, क्योंकि मैं तो खुद एक बार बेचने निकला था ये गोल्ड बॉन्ड्स. सो द पॉइंट इज कि अभी नहीं खरीदना चाहिए. दिस इज द टाइम टू सेल. This is a good time to sell because you are at the peak of your valuation. गोल्ड क्यों बढ़ता है? गोल्ड इसलिए बढ़ता है क्योंकि कभी भी जब मार्केट या इकोनॉमी क्राइसिस में होती है या दुनिया को लगता है कि क्राइसिस आने वाला है, तो ऑल द रिच इन्वेस्टर्स, ऑल द बिलियनियर्स, ऑल द मिलियनियर्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, यू टॉक अबाउट जेफ बेजोस, जैक मा, बिल गेट्स और मुकेश भाई अपने, और सुनील भारती जी, और कोई भी हो, they all these guys go to simply buy gold. So this is a very primary and simple phenomena कि जब भी मार्केट टूटता है ना, बिकॉज ऑफ कोविड अभी टूट रहा है, लोगों को लग रहा है थोड़ा नेगेटिविटी है, तो ये सब लोग बॉन्ड में, इसमें सॉरी गोल्ड में इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं. तो गोल्ड में इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं तो गोल्ड शूट कर रहा है, गोल्ड का प्राइस शूट कर रहा है. तो हम तो कॉमन है ना यार, हमारे पास तो इतना गोल्ड है नहीं, हमारे पास हार्डली कितना होगा, 5 तोला 10 तोला होगा किसी के पास जा सकता. तो हमें जो है एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम बेच देना चाहिए. This is my personal view and this is the view what I am giving to my other clients also, जो मेरे हैं, जो एक दो से जिनसे मेरी बात हुई है. मेरा व्यू ये है कि यार बेच देना चाहिए और इस समय नहीं खरीदना चाहिए. लेट्स वेट. गोल्ड का ऐसा कोई ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम ग्रेट परफॉर्मेंस नहीं रहा है. अगर 20 साल 25 साल का डेटा उठा के देखो आप गूगल पे, इतना कोई ग्रेट परफॉर्मेंस नहीं हुआ है. लेकिन स्टॉक्स और कुछ बॉन्ड्स ने, डेट मार्केट ने काफी अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस दिया है. So I think this is the time to sell. एक बार मैं 2009 में, आई एम सॉरी, आई एम जस्ट थोड़ा टॉपिक से डिविएट कर रहा हूँ. 2009 में जब मैं था उधर आइपर में, तो अमरजीत सर की एक क्लास थी, तो सर इक्विटी के बारे में बता रहे थे. तो सर हैज गिवन अस 5 थिंग्स. उन्होंने ऐसे अपने पाम से ऐसे करके उन्होंने बताया मुझे, एंड आई रिमेम्बर दिस टिल टुडे। ही सेड कि हमें यहाँ पे खरीदना चाहिए, यहाँ तक वेट करना चाहिए, और जैसे यहाँ पे आए हमें सेल कर देना चाहिए। So this is here, I think, where gold is, or maybe I am wrong. This is here where gold is. So I think this portion where gold is right now, तो मेरे हिसाब से ये पोर्शन या ये पोर्शन है जहाँ पे गोल्ड है, तो हमें बेच देना चाहिए, ज्यादा हमें नहीं सोचना चाहिए एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम। अगर मेरे पास गोल्ड होता तो मैं समय सीधे जाके बेच देता।
सर आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन। सर एक चीज पूछी कि ज्यादातर सर लोग जो है, मैंने देखा है कि ज्यादा स्टॉक में प्रेफर करते हैं, लेकिन कमोडिटी मार्केट भी सर बहुत बड़ा है, तो सर उसके बारे में बताइए कुछ।
क्यों हरमीत, ऐसा है ना, कमोडिटी मार्केट हमें समझता नहीं है। कमोडिटी मार्केट जैसे अभी मैं बताता हूँ, सब लोग इक्विटी और डेट पे ज्ञान क्यों देते हैं? क्योंकि इक्विटी और डेट पे लोगों ने हाथ जलाए हैं अपने। लोग उतरे हैं पानी में, कुछ डूब गए, कुछ तैर के निकल गए आगे, कुछ लोगों ने अपने हाथ जलाए, और कुछ लोग ठीक ठाक कर गए। तो दे ऑलवेज टेल यू फर्स्ट थिंग अबाउट कोई भी, मतलब किसी भी मार्केट में आप किसी भी बंदे से बात करोगे ना, तो वो आपको इक्विटी पे सबसे पहले ज्ञान देगा। आपको बोलेगा कि यार मारुति अच्छा लग रहा है, उसे मारुति की बैलेंस शीट की हवा भी नहीं होगी, उसे प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी पता भी नहीं होगी मारुति की, लेकिन वो बोल देगा मारुति अच्छा है, ले लो। So the thing is कि the reason why they give a lot of confidence, because they would have heard or they would have heard from somewhere. लोग बोलते, मेरे को मेरा दोस्त एक बोलता है कि MRF अच्छा है, ले ले। मैंने कहा क्यों? तो बोलने लगा नहीं अच्छा स्टॉक है। मैंने कहा क्यों भाई, बता देना, क्यों लूं, क्यों मुझे बता दे एक बार, लेना क्यों MRF में है, ऐसा है क्या? तो बोलने लगा नहीं बढ़ेगा। मैंने कहा क्यों बढ़ेगा? तो वो मुझे बता नहीं पाया। तो मैंने कहा यार जस्ट बिकॉज, मैंने कहा टायर कंपनी है, उनका मोनोपोली रहता है, एक दो चीजें ठीक है, बट इफ यू डोंट नो अबाउट द कंपनी, आई डोंट नो अबाउट द कंपनी, देयर इज नो पॉइंट।
ओके सर, ओके सर।
सो माय पॉइंट इज कमोडिटी, देखो कमोडिटी मुझे भी नहीं पता है। कमोडिटी आई विल बी वेरी फ्रैंक विथ यू, मुझे भी बहुत ज्यादा नहीं पता है कमोडिटी, क्योंकि मैंने भी बहुत ट्रेड नहीं किया है। लेकिन व्हाट आई वुड से कि जो भी मैंने अपने ब्रोकर के थ्रू देखा है, ऑनलाइन ब्रोकर है मेरा ज़ेरोधा, तो उसमें गोल्ड और सिल्वर का जो भाव है ना वो बहुत ऊपर रहता है। तो उसका अगर एक लॉट भी खरीदना है ना, तो यू हैव टू पुट इन अ लॉट ऑफ मनी। जैसे मैं अगर रिलायंस का फ्यूचर्स एक लेने जाऊं तो मुझे सीधे 4-4.5 लाख रुपए देने पड़ेगा, और अगर मैं 100 शेयर खरीदूं रिलायंस के डिलीवरी पे, तो मेरे को अराउंड 2 लाख रुपया देना पड़ेगा, लेकिन 100 शेयर आ जाएंगे। लेकिन मुझे फ्यूचर में एक लॉट खरीदने में 4.5 लाख रुपए देना पड़ेगा। तो आई थिंक द ट्रेड ऑफ इन डूइंग द कमोडिटी ऑल्सो इन गोल्ड एंड सिल्वर, द पैसा काफी लगाना पड़ेगा आपको। आई थिंक इसलिए बहुत ज्यादा लोग प्रेफर नहीं करते होंगे, बट दैट इज जस्ट माई अजम्पशन, यू कैन चेक। और कुछ अच्छी टिप्स हो तो मुझे भी दे देना।
ओके, थैंक यू सर। सर वो इसलिए मैंने पूछा कि अपना जैसे एक जो बड़ी इलायची जो रहती है उसका मैंने देखा था स्पेशली, वो सर इतनी अबंडेंस में वो अवेलेबल है, लेकिन अगर स्टॉक मार्केट में देखें तो उसकी काफी ज्यादा प्राइस है, वो अभी तक बरकरार है। तो इसलिए सर मेरे को है कि वहां पे क्यों लोगों का क्यों नहीं ध्यान देता?
That is the reason, na, because they don't know much about commodity. I also don't know much about commodity, but there are people who are making a huge amount of money in commodity. So it's a good subject. You can do a lot of trial and error there. You can learn and you can do many things there if you want.
Okay sir, thank you.
So could you please recommend some interesting books which may enlighten us about the personal, या मेरा टॉपिक है यार पर्सनल फाइनेंस, थोड़ा 10 मिनट का मैं बोल लेता हूँ, उसके बाद आपको बुक बताता हूँ।
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, please Harshita.
Sir, my question is, as a new investor, how to do risk assessment of the securities in which we wish to invest?
Yeah, so risk assessment I have told I think किसको बोला था मैंने, अंकिता को बोला था। So risk assessment is basis कि आपका appetite क्या है, what is your appetite to bear losses. If you have an appetite to bear losses कि मैंने 100 रुपए लगाया है और मेरा 100 में से 50 चला गया तो मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, तो इक्विटी बढ़िया है आपके लिए, इक्विटी इज द बेस्ट। और अगर आपको लगता है कि मेरा 100 रुपए से 99 भी नहीं होना चाहिए, और जो हो 101, भले ही मुझे 101 मिले लेकिन 99 नहीं होना चाहिए, तो आई रिकमेंड यू डेट।
Okay sir, okay, thank you.
Got it? या तो शुभम, मैं पर्सनल फाइनेंस पे जस्ट 10-15 मिनट लूंगा, लेकिन बुक में पहले ही आपको बता देता हूँ. देयर इज अ बुक रिटन बाय वन ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट माइंड्स इन फाइनेंस और वन ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट इन्वेस्टर्स यू कैन से इन द वर्ल्ड, मिस्टर वॉरेन बफेट, एंड द नेम ऑफ द बुक इज इंटेलिजेंट इन्वेस्टर. द इंटेलिजेंट इन्वेस्टर. इट्स अ वेरी गुड बुक. मेरे ख्याल से 1-1.5 किलो की होगी, बट 2 पेज भी रोज पढ़ोगे तो आपका काम हो जाएगा. So,
Sir,
yeah.
good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah.
why there is inverse relationship between gold price and stock market?
So, I think I have told someone that whenever this, I think Ankur, I have told Ankur कि whenever the situation of crisis arises, let's say abhi COVID ka situation tha, which is a global pandemic, and in the global pandemic, everyone has a view that I want to save my money, whether it's a common man or a billionaire or a millionaire or anyone in the world, they want to save money. If you want to save money, where you will go? Either you will go to the bond market, that to the government security market, or you will simply put your money in gold, because gold is very, very liquid. क्योंकि अगर क्राइसिस है और अगर क्राइसिस आई और ऐसी क्राइसिस आई कि कोई कुछ कर नहीं पाएगा, तो मैं गोल्ड कहीं भी बेच दूंगा. एंड दैट इज द रीजन इनवर्स रिलेशनशिप इसलिए है हर्षिता, क्योंकि लोग स्टॉक्स में से पैसा निकाल के गोल्ड में डाल रहे हैं. अब मेरे पास कोई एक्स्ट्रा इनकम तो है नहीं ना, मतलब हर जगह से, तो मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, मेरा जो 100 रुपए का पोर्टफोलियो था इक्विटी का, उसमें से मैंने 50 रुपए निकाल दिया, 50 रुपया गोल्ड में डाल दिया. तो इसीलिए इनिशियली व्हेन द कोविड हैज स्टार्टेड, द स्टॉक मार्केट वेंट बर्जर्क एंड इट वेंट डाउन. And that was one of the reason every analyst in Mumbai, every analyst in India was telling कि नहीं बहुत बुरा टाइम है, मार्केट खराब है, मार्केट बहुत खराब हो जाएगा, ऐसा हो जाएगा, वैसा हो जाएगा. बट नाउ यू कैन सी मार्केट इज बैक अगेन. तो निफ्टी जहां पे था वहीं पे ही आ गया लगभग. So the only thing is when you see risk, these guys see risk, they run towards gold, because gold is the best thing to have. And that is the reason gold prices are shooting. And that is the reason as a common person, if you have any gold in your house, बेच दो. ऐसा नहीं मतलब गहने मैंने अपने मम्मी के बेच देना, ऐसा मत करना. मतलब जो बेच सको वही बेचना.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. My name is Poonam Thakur.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah,
my
Poonam,
question
hi.
is, my question is that right now less than 2% of Indian population invest in the stock market.
Correct.
But sir, what happened when the 80 crore Indians are invest into the stock market?
So that would be the very good time, I think, and there will be a lot of valuation and wealth which will be created, and everyone will benefit from this, whomsoever are there currently at whatever, let's say, I'll just give you my personal thing. I am very, I have recently invested in a stock called IDFC First Bank. कुछ 27 रुपए पे, I think 27-28 रुपए का भाव है अभी उसका. तो वो मैंने इन्वेस्ट करा है. तो अकॉर्डिंग टू यू पूनम, अगर 80 करोड़ ने, 80 करोड़ छोड़ो, मैं तो 40 करोड़ का भी बोल रहा हूँ, 40 करोड़ लोगों ने भी इन्वेस्ट कर दिया ना स्टॉक मार्केट में, तो वो 27 रुपया मेरा 400 बन जाएगा सीधे. 400-500 तो बन ही जाएगा. Because there will be a lot of buyers in the market, and they will definitely going to pick some stocks here and there. They would have certain thought process कि नहीं हमें ये stock लेना चाहिए, हमें वो stock लेना चाहिए, and there will be a lot of liquidity which will be pumped in the equity market. There will be a lot of wealth which will be created. So many companies will enjoy this great run, and stocks will zoom.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. So I'll just now go towards personal finance, and just 10-15 minutes I will wrap this up. Then if you have anything on personal finance, please let me know. So someone has asked me a question whether we should take leverage as a beginner. Should we take, Rishabh? You never should take leverage. There's no, until and unless you want to buy a home, then only I think you should take a loan and all. Otherwise you should not. That's my personal view. Everyone is entitled to his view. So this is just my personal view. सिर्फ घर और गाड़ी के लिए लोन होना चाहिए, वो भी कार के लिए. उसके अलावा लोन किसी चीज के लिए नहीं होना चाहिए. Yeah, so I just now start a couple of things on personal finance. What is personal finance? Can any one of you tell me? Just unmute and tell, or whatever in the chat box. Hello. Are you guys able to hear me?
Yeah, they are just answering.
Yeah,
Umang help you.
meeting our personal goals. Okay, yeah. So in a very simple language, I'll just say that personal finance is the process of planning and managing personal financial activities such as income generation, spending, saving, doing your investment, and the protection of the investment which you have made and your family. Okay. So there are roughly 4 or 5 heads where I want to focus. One is the income. Income may be in the form of salary, but you guys are not, as of now, you don't have jobs, you are studying. So salary is not for you. Bonus again is not for you. Pension is again not for you, but dividend. Dividend is for you. If any one of you would have invested in the stock market or you have invested in the debt market, you would be receiving either dividend or interest on your bonds or in FDs. Then the next head is spending. Spending is whatever you spend on rent, loan, taxes, food, travel, entertainment, and credit card payments. Then the next head is of savings. Savings can be a physical cash saving, a savings bank account, you can say. And then is investing. So investing is a major part where I would like to focus is you can invest in debt market, bonds, FMPs, fixed maturity plans, debt products of mutual funds, then stock market, then real estate, commodities, art. Art, why would I say art? Because art is one of the things which is, if picked at the right time, it is the best thing you can have. So I'll just share you a personal story of my earlier organization, Dara Shaw and Company Private Limited, which was an investment banking firm. So the promoter of Dara Shaw and Company name is Mr. Dara K. Mehta. So in 2007-2008 financial crisis, when the stock market came down, there were a lot of job losses. In Mumbai, many people have lost their jobs, and there was a lot of problem at that point of time when in 2008. So what has happened in Dara Shaw, my promoter got a call from one of his friends, and there was an auction of painting. So he went to buy that painting. So he has taken along with one of my colleague, also senior colleague, Rishi. So then they went, and Rishi said, Dara, why you want to buy a painting at this point of time? There is a lot of crisis in the market, and the stock market is down, the bond market is down, and there's a lot of problem. Why you are going to hunt for a painting? Dara said, I'll tell you after 4 or 5 years. They went and they bought a good painting from, I don't know from who was the painter. So they bought a painting of around 3 CR. He bought a painting of around 3 CR, whose value was, I think, 7 CR. But due to the crisis and all, that guy was very needy, and he sold the painting at 3 CR. And then time passed through, and in 2015, Dara sold has that painting at 14 crores. And on that day, he told Rishi, see, I told you, I'll tell you at a later stage that this is my investment. So if you understand art, he understood art very well, and he knows paintings very well. He bought it at a good price and sold at a very, very good price. So the return would be what, 3 and 14, 3 fours are 12, 3 fives are 15. So it's 5 times. So that is the reason I have included this art as investment. Then I would like to go to protection. So protection, you can say, is life insurance, health insurance, estate planning, and making a will. So these are the overall 5 heads which is related to personal finance. And here I would like to say that you have to reduce your borrowing habit, understand different loans and their rate of interest. You should take only housing loan and vehicle loan as a debt. Other loan, please avoid. Personal loan, please avoid. Credit card loan, please avoid. Credit card is your friend, but please don't make it your enemy, because it can put a last nail on your coffin if needed. The personal loan and credit card is like these creatures. Then avoid EMI other than housing and this car loan. I've already told you. So for a successful financial planning, what you have to do, you have to assess. First of all, assess your needs. What I want to do. Let's say you want to buy a car 5 years down the line. So how you will buy the car? one step is pretty simple. Go to the bank and ask for a loan, do the 20% down payment and 80% अपना ले लिया, वो तो पहले दिन ही आपकी कार आ जाएगी. लेकिन my point is, if you can wait, if you can think कि no, I can wait for next 3 years, यार कोई इतना जल्दबाजी नहीं है, मैं क्यों 10 लाख की गाड़ी पे 4-5 लाख रुपया और इंटरेस्ट दूं और उसको 15 lakhs का बना दूं, because it's a depreciating asset and not an appreciating asset. Always remember, car is not an appreciating asset, and mobile is also. Only appreciating asset is property, real estate in the form of land. Stock is an appreciating asset, bond is an appreciating asset. Okay, so आप 3 साल रुक जाओ, आप अपना एक EMI बना लो, आप महीने का EMI वो लिक्विड फंड में डाल दो या किसी म्यूचुअल फंड में डाल दो, किसी डेट फंड में डाल दो 3 साल के लिए, आपको 8% रिटर्न आएगा. 3 साल बाद वो पैसा आपने डाला, लेट्स से आपको 36,000 की टीवी खरीदनी है, आपने 3,000 रुपए पर मंथ डाला तो भी 36,000 हो जाएगा महीने साल का, एंड देन यू कैन बाय योर टीवी. व्हाई, मतलब my point is here to you guys are young, you have not taken your first job, and I want you guys to be very safe and think with your minds and not just from your heart, that saving at this point of time is a very crucial thing, and financial planning is too. So this is a part of financial planning. Unnecessary जेब में क्रेडिट कार्ड है, जाके स्वैप मार दिया, कर दिया, मोबाइल ले लिया. आप में से काफी लोगों ने मोबाइल मेरे ख्याल से EMI पे लिया होगा, if I am not wrong. किसी ने लिया है मोबाइल EMI पे? कोई है इधर? या कोई बी फ्रैंक यार, किसी ने लिया है तो बता दो. No one has taken. Okay, then it's good. If you have not taken, then I must say super. So there are people who buy costly phones on EMI, which is not right, which is not perfect, I think so. Or even if you want to buy a TV or a washing machine or a refrigerator, don't buy on EMI. What's the point of buying an EMI? Save money for 1 year and then go and buy it at one shot. Yeah. Why you want to pay these NBFCs and banks unnecessary interest? You guys are from either from marketing or finance, it doesn't matter, but you should understand what is personal finance and where and why you have to save every penny, and you should save every penny. Every penny saved is every penny earned. That's what I think Warren Buffett says. So monitoring, then assessment, where you want to be in next 3 years or 5 years, you have to assess yourself. Then you have to monitor and reassess. Then you have to monitor whether you are able to achieve that plan or not. How do you plan your development, and then you execute it accordingly. जैसे मुझे जो भी खरीदना है, on the basis of that I will plan it and execute it accordingly. Many, the thing is, they say that there is no cost EMI, but when you go to the retailer, I am very not sure about the Flipkart or Amazon, but when you go to the retailer, they will build in some extra cost in your mobile only, जो कि आपको वो MRP में ही दिखाएंगे, लेकिन वो cost नहीं होगी, वो actual cost नहीं होगी. आपको 1,000-1,500 रुपए ऊपर बता देंगे वो, और फिर आपको बोलेंगे कि हाँ, this is the cost, and we are not charging you a single rupee from EMI. सर्विसेज चार्ज के अलावा भी बोल रहा हूँ राजेश, इट्स नॉट जस्ट सर्विस चार्जेस. सो लेट्स से Amazon पे आज लेट्स से कोई फोन है जो कि 50,000 का है, हाँ, डॉक्यूमेंटेशन चार्जेस के नाम पे कर देंगे, करेक्ट, दैट्स माय होल पॉइंट. सो जो आपको वो नो कॉस्ट EMI बोल रहा है ना, दैट इज एक्चुअली आपकी जेब से ही जा रहा है वो पैसा, लेकिन दूसरे फॉर्म पे जा रहा है. अगर वो ये भी बोल रहा है आपको कि 50,000 इज देयर, द प्राइस इज 50,000, लेकिन वो 50,000 हो सकता है नहीं हो, वो 49,000 हो. हाँ, ये फाइल चार्जेस जो हैं ये रिटेलर्स लगाते हैं, पर आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट ऑनलाइन रिटेलर्स. ये लोग जो एक्चुअल प्राइस जो डिस्प्ले करते हैं ना, Amazon और फ्लिपकार्ट, ये उसमें ही लगा देते हैं पैसा. सो my point is, avoid unnecessary things. If you don't want to avoid, that's your personal call, but that is how I think. So in this, then you plan your development, then you execute and monitor and reassess. So my point is कि whenever you plan your financial things, whatever, let's say you have 5 loans, okay? Let's say you have 5 loans. You have personal loan, you have credit card loan, you have housing loan, and you have vehicle loan. Can you tell me, Poonam or Harshita, which loan you will pay off first? अगर आपके पास 4 लोन हैं, ये सबसे पहले कौन सा पे ऑफ करोगे आप?
So personal loan, and then second vehicle loan.
No, you have credit card loan also.
Okay.
No, wrong, Gaurav, not housing. First you will pay off credit card loan, because credit card loan is most costly. Yeah, Harshita has said right. So you have to pay off first of all credit card loan because they will charge you at least 40 to 50% interest there, and then you have to pay off personal loan. After that, you will go to vehicle loan, and in the last, housing loan. Why a housing loan, Gaurav? Because you would be saying from a point that it's a larger loan. Maybe the loan would be of 30 to 50 lakhs. But try to understand one thing: you are getting a tax benefit. 2 lakh मेरे ख्याल से interest पे मिलता है और 1 lakh principal पे मिलता है. So that is saving you a lot of tax. Plus the interest rate is also closer to 7.5% right now. So there's no point paying off your housing loan until and unless you have a lot of money, which you cannot invest मोर देन 8%. मतलब अगर 7.5 पे आपका लोन है तो वो पैसा अगर 7.5 से ऊपर आप इन्वेस्ट नहीं कर पाते हो तो ही आप पे ऑफ करो, नहीं तो आप मत पे ऑफ करो, उसको इन्वेस्ट करो 10-11% पे एंड टेक मोर मनी आउट ऑफ इट. Loan which have higher interest should be paid off first. Correct, Nathan. So then quickly I'll just move to managing financial crisis, managing contingency reserve. So how many of you have health insurance? How many of you do you guys have health insurance, life insurance, and critical illness insurance? Do you guys have? Well, I don't expect at this point of time you guys to have it, but if you have it, let me know. You have. Samriddhi has. No, yes. Many people have. Good to know. No, good to know. Good to know that awareness is there of financial instruments and people are taking it seriously. So for all of you, my humble request to you is the first salary you will get, you will take a term insurance. No LIC policy, term insurance, okay? Plain vanilla term insurance of 40 years or 45 years, whatever suits your profile. Take first term insurance, then go for health insurance, then take critical insurance, period. The first thing you have to do it from your salary if you want to be financially independent and make your family happy. So this is the first step of personal finance according to me. The second step would be to start your mutual fund, SIP, whether in a debt fund or equity fund. अगर वो 500 रुपए भी होता है ना, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. वो 500 रुपए भी होता है तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. एक दिन बाहर जाके खाना मत खाना. 500 रुपए अगर आप सेव करोगे, यू आर नॉट एबल टू इमेजिन अगले 30 साल में अगर डिसिप्लिन के साथ वो 500 रुपए इन्वेस्ट किया वो कितना होगा. किसी को कोई मतलब एक वेग आइडिया है कि 500 रुपए अगर मैं 25 साल तक इन्वेस्ट करूंगा तो कितना होगा? एनी वेग आइडिया? कुछ भी, एनीथिंग, एनी फिगर यू कैन कोट, एनी फिगर. इन crores. हरनीत बहुत पॉजिटिव आदमी है. अंकिता, आप क्या बोल रहे हो? अराउंड 1 लाख. ओके, 1 लाख, 1.5 लाख, 1.5, 50. तरुण 50 बोल रहा है, तोशिका 1.5 बोल रही है. गोकुल कुमार 75 लाख. ओके, so you can do the calculation. The answer is somewhere close to 11 lakhs.
75.
11 lakhs. It is 11 lakhs. So it is 500 rupees per month if you will invest in a fund which will give you 10% annually. You will get 11 or 12 lakhs roughly after 25 years, roughly.
Sir, I have one doubt. आपने जो अभी हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस का बोला, यूजुअली जब भी हम लोग किसी अच्छी कंपनी में जाते हैं तो वहां से हम ऑलरेडी हेल्थ इंश्योर्ड होते हैं. उस टाइम पे भी क्या हमें फिर अपना एक पर्सनल हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस रखना चाहिए?
बिल्कुल रखना चाहिए, क्योंकि बिल्कुल रखना चाहिए. वो इसलिए क्योंकि लेट्स से आप आज आप रिलायंस में काम कर रहे हो, रिलायंस ने आपको 10 लाख रुपए का इंश्योरेंस देके रखा है आपके पेरेंट्स के साथ, बट लेट्स से कल आप C8 में पहुंच गए तो C8 ने बोला कि अंकिता मैं आपको तो इंश्योरेंस दे रहा हूं बिकॉज आप मेरे एम्प्लॉय हो, लेकिन आपके पेरेंट्स को नहीं दे पाऊंगा. मेनी कंपनीज डू दैट. तो यहाँ पे आपके पेरेंट्स अनप्रोटेक्टेड हो गए ना यार. तो एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम यू हैव टू टेक केयर. इफ यू विल टेक केयर इन अ वे कि आप खुद का पर्सनल इंश्योरेंस है आपका, तो कंपनी आपको दे या नहीं दे उससे इतना मैटर नहीं करता है. So in certain companies, they don't give insurance to parents. So that is the reason I am suggesting you guys to take separate plan for yourself and your parents.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Then the last thing, I'll just put a question here for you guys on the chat box so you can answer. It's So wouldn't it be nice if there were a magic formula or simple trick that allowed you never to have to worry about your money? Any answers? Ankita, Gokul, Harneet, Poonam, Harshita, Rishabh, Ruby, Rahul, Prachi, anyone. Do you have any formula? It would be great. Of course, it would be great. Yeah. But I am asking, is there any formula? Investments. Yeah, investments. Correct. So it is related to investments, but it is called compounding. Saving. Right. But Komal, only saving will not do. Power of compounding. Yes, power of compounding will do. You know, which is according to Warren Buffett, which is the eighth wonder of the world. The eighth wonder of the world is compounding. He said the power of compounding is the eighth wonder of the world, and I am nothing in front of power of compounding. It is the power of compounding which has given me enormous wealth. Vigilant investments. Yes, vigilant investments. Don't put all eggs in one basket. Correct. Everything is correct. So my point is compounding. So now we have seen that आपका 500 rupees in the next 25 years can become 11 lakhs. मतलब एक नॉर्मल लेमैन को शायद ये लगे कि यार ठीक है, ये तो यार कुछ बड़ी बात नहीं है, बट लेट्स से आपका 15,000 रुपए महीना फॉर द नेक्स्ट 30 years कैन बिकम 15 करोड़. This is a figure which I think everyone has to remember. Your 15,000 per month in the mutual fund, which will give you a 12% or 13% funds in return, can give you 15 crores after 30 years. So this is the power of compounding. So let me just tell you that this is a very big tool, and this is a very big thing which can help you all. So my suggestion to you guys, you will start your salaries, you will in couple of I think months or years, whatever, and you would be placed, you will be getting first salary. So अपने आप से एक ये वादा करो आप कि मुझे भैया टर्म इंश्योरेंस, हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, क्रिटिकल इंश्योरेंस और म्यूचुअल फंड इन्वेस्टमेंट या डेट में इन्वेस्टमेंट मंथली चालू करना है फर्स्ट सैलरी से. मैं आपको इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ बिकॉज आई एम ऑल्सो अ नॉर्मल मैन एंड आई हैव डन मिस्टेक्स इन माई लाइफ, क्योंकि मैंने अपनी फर्स्ट सैलरी से सब नहीं किया था. अगर मैं फर्स्ट सैलरी से करता अपना तो मैं 3 साल और आगे होता आज, पर मैं 3 साल पीछे हूं क्योंकि मैंने 3 साल बाद करना चालू किया था. आई डोंट वांट यू गाइस टू रिपीट द सेम मिस्टेक, बिकॉज इफ यू रिपीट दिस मिस्टेक देयर वुड बी अ प्रोबेबिलिटी कि आपके रिटायरमेंट किटी में 1-2 करोड़ रुपया कम रह जाएगा. सो दैट इज द रीजन आई एम टेलिंग यू कि जो मिस्टेक मैंने किया है वो आप मत करो. So this is my overview about personal finance. If you have any questions, please unmute and let me know. We can discuss. We can discuss anything, whatever, about finance, about personal finance, about career, about anything, and then we will wrap it up.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, Shubhi.
Sir, I want to ask this, like, what is better to do, like SIP or directly investing lump sum in a mutual fund?
SIP, because SIP will give you a liability and lump sum will give you asset. So for asset it is not good for you at this point of time, because in lump sum you may say that शुभी के पास अभी 2 लाख रुपए पड़ा है, तो शुभी ने सोचा कि हाँ 2 लाख रुपए मैं अब म्यूचुअल फंड में डाल दूंगी, बट अभी शुभी को लगा छोड़ो ना यार, अभी 2 लाख रुपए में से 50,000 का एक आईफोन ले लेते हैं, बाकी 1.5 लाख रुपए डाल देते हैं, क्या दिक्कत है. तो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट यू हैव लॉस्ट एन अपॉर्चुनिटी. बट इन SIP यू वुड नो इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ EMI. बॉस 5 तारीख या 4 तारीख को जाना है, मतलब जाना है. आई कैन नॉट डू एनीथिंग. मेरा आईफोन अगर फरवरी में नहीं आया तो मार्च में आएगा, नहीं तो अप्रैल में आएगा, लेकिन मेरा SIP जाना है, मतलब जाना है. इट इज समथिंग विच आई कैन नॉट लीव, विच आई कैन नॉट अवॉइड. सो फॉर मी आई थिंक यू शुड डू दी SIP ओनली एंड नॉट बिलीव इन लमसम, बिकॉज वन ऑफ माई फ्रेंड हैज डन दिस थिंग. उसने काफी लमसम पैसा इकट्ठा किया उसने, और वो भाई साहब जाके होंडा सिटी ले आए, और उसने बोला अरे मैं कर दूंगा ना यार इन्वेस्ट, क्या बड़ी बात है यार, बाद में कर दूंगा ना. So this is the live example I am giving you.
Okay, sir, and one more question. Sir, you talked about the insurance that we should have. So
Yeah.
it is they have this term like monthly. You can pay monthly, quarterly, like annually. So
Okay.
what is the like if I go for the minimum like HDFC Shriram Finance, they give like from 15,000 rupees of basic life insurance, that assured income plan and the super income plan that they give as
Shubhi,
of
Shubhi,
30. Yes, sir.
Shubhi, sorry to cut you. That whenever you are buying insurance, you are doing the protection of your family and yourself. It is
Yes,
not
sir.
the investment. Insurance is not an investment tool. Insurance is a protection tool. So whenever these companies will tell you, whether it is HDFC, LIC, or Shriram, or Max Life Insurance or Bajaj, whenever they say you कि बॉस मुझे इतना पैसा आप दो, महीने का 5,000 या 10,000, मैं आपको 8% रिटर्न दूंगा. Don't get into that stuff. I am telling insurance from a pure protection point of view कि आपकी सैलरी आई, आपने एक 50 लाख रुपए का टर्म प्लान लिया, जो अगर आपकी डेथ होती है तो आपके नॉमिनी को मिलेगा. आप अगर 30 इयर्स के बाद यू आर अलाइव, यू विल नॉट गेट एनीथिंग. जैसे आप मोबाइल का इंश्योरेंस कराते हो और गाड़ी का इंश्योरेंस कराते हो ना, वैसे ही आपकी लाइफ का इंश्योरेंस है. ये इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं है. दिस इज द टर्म इंश्योरेंस आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट. एंड इन हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस ऑल्सो, दिस इज द इंश्योरेंस ऑफ योर हेल्थ. सो हियर आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट प्रोटेक्शन एंड नॉट द इन्वेस्टमेंट. आपको इन्वेस्टमेंट करना है तो आप डेट मार्केट में करो, इक्विटी मार्केट में करो, म्यूचुअल फंड में करो, गोल्ड में करो, पीपीएफ में करो, किसान विकास पत्र है, और बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, उसमें करो. इंश्योरेंस में आप इन्वेस्ट क्यों क्यों कर रहे हो यार? मतलब इंश्योरेंस में कोई पॉइंट नहीं है इन्वेस्ट करने का, क्योंकि द रिटर्न्स व्हिच यू विल गेट विल बी प्रीटी लो. यू विल गेट नॉट मोर देन 6-7%. एलआईसी की आप कोई भी पॉलिसी उठा के देखो, वो लोग 6-7% से ज्यादा इन्वेस्टमेंट रिटर्न नहीं देते. बट लोग क्यों एलआईसी करते हैं? क्योंकि लोग ट्रेडिशनल हैं, लोगों को नई चीजें करना नहीं चाहते हैं, उनको समझता नहीं है मार्केट, वो रिस्क लेना नहीं चाहते हैं. उनको लगता है कि 6-7% हमें एलआईसी दे तो रहा है, हमारा पैसा 100% सेफ है, हम क्यों करें? तो दिस इज द व्यू व्हाट दे टेक. एक फंड मैनेजर है, उसने रिस्की एसेट लिया तो उसको रिस्की रिवॉर्ड मिला. एक एसेट है, फंड मैनेजर है, उसने कंजर्वेटिव व्यू लिया तो उसको कंजर्वेटिव रिवॉर्ड मिलेगा. तो इट्स ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ योर व्यू, व्हाट यू थिंक. तो देयर इज नो राइट और रॉन्ग, but just I am telling you that insurance is not an investment product, it's a protection product.
Okay, sir. So basically, when we talk to company or any relationship manager, they always tell you this is like one of the investment pattern that you can do. That what my confusion was, and now it is clear because of
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Insurance is never an this investment product. Never.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. Priya
Yeah, Priya.
here.
Yeah.
Sir, I want to ask you that is IPO is a better option for investors?
If you think that the company is good, let's say some new company is coming, I don't know the background of the, let's say मैंने ही कंपनी खोली, कल को मैंने अपनी कंपनी खोली टायर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग की, बट मेरी कंपनी लिस्टेड नहीं है, ठीक है, क्योंकि मेरा शेयर, मैं अभी आईपीओ लेके आई नहीं हूँ. मेरी कंपनी के बारे में आप क्या जानते हो प्रिया? व्हाट डू यू नो अबाउट माय कंपनी?
Nothing, sir.
Nothing. So being the starter investor, if you want to believe what others are saying कि no boss ये तो कंपनी बहुत अच्छी होगी, तो फिर उस जो बंदा आपसे बोल रहा है उससे वो रिसर्च रिपोर्ट्स मंगा लो. उससे बोलो कि वट एवर यू आर सेइंग, ठीक है, आई बिलीव, सेंड मी सम रिसर्च रिपोर्ट्स अबाउट द कंपनी, की उसका क्या फाइनेंशियल्स हैं, क्या प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी है, क्या डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन नेटवर्क है. वो सब पढ़ने के बाद आपको लगता है कि ये कंपनी अच्छी है और जो आपको टिप दे रहा है आप उस पर भरोसा करती हो, देन यू कैन गो फॉर आईपीओ. और आपको एकदम उस पर अंधविश्वास है कि आपको कुछ पढ़ना लिखना नहीं है, पढ़े लिखे आदमी होने के बावजूद भी, और आपको बिलीव करना है उसके ऊपर बिकॉज ही इज योर वेरी गुड फ्रेंड, then you can go ahead and very well take the stock. But for me, my personal view is कि यार, there are so many listed companies on the stock market, why can't you take a call on Reliance and see the financials, profitability क्या है, क्या कर रहा है, and then take a call. मतलब this is my personal view. There are people जो IPO में जाके भी मतलब लगा के पैसा और डबल कमा लेते हैं, हो भी जाता है, I'm not denying that, but I don't feel it right because जहाँ पे मैं पैसा अपना डाल रहा हूँ यार, मुझे पता होना चाहिए कि क्या है वो.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any more questions by anyone?
ULIP. ULIP is not a good option, Rajesh, as per my view, and whatever I have seen in the market as a finance professional, as a professional of financial markets, and whatever little experience I have, ULIP is not a good option. ULIP is not a good option. You can either pick a mutual fund. If you want to take more risk, you can get into the credit funds of the mutual funds. But ULIP, I don't think so. Because ULIP, I understand there's a lot of attractiveness towards ULIPs, but I don't think so it's a great option because the returns are very, very unpredictable. There's one more question.
That's the last question. This is going to be the last question for today.
Yeah. So how do you approach new clients with no knowledge about investments? Okay. What are the preparations? So the preparations is whenever you are seeing someone, you should talk with something which he knows. When I started this presentation, this small communication talk which we are having right now, we started what is financial markets or kisko pata hai financial markets ka. So people have started giving answers because they knew something or the other about financial markets. And when you are going to see a client, let's say you are an investment advisor, आप FD से चालू करोगे. Sir, आपके पास अगर 100 rupees है तो आप सर उसमें से कितना इन्वेस्टमेंट करते हो FD में? So it depends upon your job profile. Let's say if you will be the fund manager, then you will act accordingly. So don't worry about the preparation, Shikha. It will be given to you by your company or by whomsoever is sending you. So you just have to start with the comfort zone which the other guy has. क्योंकि हो सकता है उसको कुछ पता ना हो जो मुझे पता हो. Let's start with something with जो हम दोनों को पता हो. In that way, communication is much better.
That's great, and such a wonderful session, such a wonderful interactive session it was. May I please request Dr. Arjun Murthy, sir, for the vote of thanks. Please, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your stimulating and inspiring thoughts on much needed contemplation on financial markets and personal finance, and covering a broad spectrum of financial markets and personal finance and its finer aspects in simple and comprehensive manner. It's an unforgettable treat for the students to hear straight from their own alumni. It was indeed a power-packed and immersive learning session on financial markets and personal finance for all of us here. It's a remarkable learning experience and very informative session worth attending to keep oneself aware and safe while taking justified decisions in financial markets and personal finance aspects. I, on behalf of the entire IPER family, convey deep regards and hearty thanks to Mr. Mohit Malviya sir for gracing the IPER Alumni Connect e-lecture series initiative 2020 and sharing with us his rich experience and knowledge to match the best in the world. It's a memorable day for IPERians. Students and faculties would cherish this forever. We assure you, sir, to continue to work in the direction of creating knowledgeable managers and worthy citizens for the society. We are also thankful to our college management, Chaitanya Shiksha Samiti, the parent body of IPER, Group Director, Dr. Amarjit Singh Khalsa sir, Dr. Vaibhav Lavlekar sir, Chairman MBA Program, Dr. Harsh Sharma sir, Chairman Career Center, Dr. Mahesh Soni sir, Chairman Corporate Communications, for organizing such wonderful initiatives. Thanks one and all present here. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Rahul. Thank you everyone for all the great communication. You were all great. You were all superb. And I hope you will take wise financial decisions in your life, especially in the personal finance zone. And on that note, I will say goodbye to you and thank you very much. Thank you all.